Welcome back to One Consciousness. And before we start the video this week, I'd just like to say a massive, massive thank you to all the animals who are helping with these videos and sharing all their infinite wisdom with us and all the energetic transmissions. Just to say that I am incredibly grateful to them for all the information. So, to start off this week, it's important to mention as well that anyone who's been listening to these videos will see that it's a continuation pretty much week from week or 10 days to 10 days with the videos and all the information that the animals are giving us. There are various different threads in this evolutionary journey that they pick up on every week. And for those who've been listening right the way through, you will hear where they've left certain areas with question marks on as to what are they talking about, that they later fill in the gaps as we go along, and then the rich tapestry starts to develop and unfold further with every moment. So let's have a look at the threads that they're unfolding this week for us. So to begin with, as I was starting to channel with them for the message, I felt so much energy coming into my crown and just generally around my head area this week, like rays of energy coming in directly from all angles. But my whole body was tingling from the electromagnetic pulses, but again, particularly around my head this week, which is probably significant for some reason. So the animals are asking you to feel into your energy and into your own body and be with what is happening with you at the moment. The energy and its intensity feels so different from before. And when I say from before, everything appears to have stepped up since the last solar eclipse on the 8th of April this year. Solar flare activity has increased and is increasing constantly as we speak. So all of you will probably feel the energy coming into your body more when you're focusing on it and feeling a huge amount of extra activity all over your body and all the pulsing going on internally. So as we continue with the videos, the animals and nature are guiding us within the evolutionary process we are all transcending through. This week we are focusing on the sea and the oceans again. The vision this week from one of my horses is of a mountain with the ocean waves lapping all around it. In previous weeks and previous videos, she has had her eyes fixed on the ocean, awaiting a cue that she is clearly expecting. All around the mountain, activity is waking up. The activity with the sea around it, lapping at its sides, the energy is building. The energy surges from the activations are feeling almost constant now, working with our DNA. The times are coming when activity, she says, will be even more heightened. The ability to stay calm and heart-centered is so important. Your soul understands the frenetic activity. Your soul is awaiting the changeover. There will be a time when many mammals and fish from the sea will come very close to the mountain base where it intersects with the sea. Much activity will be happening at the base of the sea, on the ocean floor. It will appear as an expansive earthquake, but will be affecting a vast area of the sea, not just the usual designated area. It's not an earthquake, she says, not the usual seismic activity that we know. The shaking feels more like a purging or a pushing through of energy coming to the surface of the sea and the ocean floor, pushing its way through, purging through the sea as the water aids its release and carries it energetically to the surface. The ocean floor's habitat will have to move closer to the mountain that we spoke of, where it meets the sea, to withstand the pressure of the water flowing upwards and the energy that we just spoke of flowing upwards. The ferocity of the release will push it to the ocean surface to be released. It's a natural process of cleansing these waters, but with what type of energy? Yes, some ocean inhabitants will become depleted as a result. Others will appear, maybe again as in previously living species, as the ocean floor and above heals and cleanses. Its vibration and frequency will rise, and with that will evolve new species. There is a specific mountain range she is showing me, and at the time of us speaking together earlier, it isn't clear where it is located. It will be reported later, she says. So what she wants us to know this week is, and what she's saying is, go carefully, go steady, be considered. Be aware of the energy changes around you. Go with the flow. Be open. Do not resist. Allow the fluid integration of the energies into and through your bodies in acceptance. Be with the energy. Trust the process. Your soul will innately understand the process. As we are receiving the upgrades, it is tempting to try to understand it from the logical, scientific mind for many. We are not yet at the higher consciousness levels of animals and nature where we are able to understand all the patterning. And the patterning is inverted commas. Animals and nature are so at ease with this process. It is clear to me as I communicate with them that they obviously understand the process energetically and are actively working with it. And moving away from the oceans and the mammals and fish for the moment, she then goes on to mention about the trees. And she says the trees are divining the energy through their physical being. The electromagnetic core divines through them. She will say more on this in future videos as to what the connection is here. The horses are holding space for all of these incremental energies to divulge and part into accessible areas. They're also asking us to hold space. And it's so interesting to see and feel all these visions that she's sharing and the intensity of the energy flowing through the land and the oceans, working in very different ways, being received and released at different levels. And I can't help but think, with all their divine intelligence and the way that they are able to see so clearly and prophesy, and I am saying that word, yes, to prophesy what is going to be happening in future. How did humans get to the point where They took on the superior role against animals and nature. They help us in so many different ways, and they are there for us in so many different ways, but in no way are they inferior to us. I would definitely argue that actually those roles are very much reversed, and this will be a time of us realizing exactly what they are doing. Lemurian times are the closest to the energetic times that I'm attuning to with them to describe the wisdom and divine intelligence that I see so clearly in them. They are so much higher in consciousness levels than we give them credit for. So why have we kept this flow of divine intelligence suppressed and worked at lower levels for such a long time? It's a question that I'm often asking, and it's a big question, and one that at some point in the near future deserves to be answered comprehensively. I don't get a sense of where exactly we are heading in this evolutionary journey with them, and what they have referred to, and particularly one of my horses referred to it as being a cataclysmic process. Even though the animals are showing me all the energy changes along the way and giving me all the visions, I can only feel into the Lemurian energy at this time, as it's that aligns most closely with one consciousness, where we are all in right, equal, and reverent relationship with each other, and we all work together, connected in our energy, in what is often described as being in harmony. Will we be moving directly after this evolutionary journey we're all going through at the moment? Will we be moving directly again to Lemurian energy? Something at the moment is telling me no, not exactly, but maybe close to that in an evolved way and in a more evolved version.